hello. Happy Friday. Y'all come on in. We're going to get started in just a second. Let me try to adjust both devices so that you can um, see me on YouTube and Instagram. So I'll give everybody a few seconds to come in. Hello, Marcia. How are you? We're live streaming from YouTube and Instagram, and so I'm going to go into the chat on YouTube because I know I could do it on Instagram, and I have some things I need to let you all know about. So I'm going to give everyone a few minutes to come on in on both YouTube and Instagram, and we're going to get started with some changes that are happening for us. And we're really just gearing up for 2022 because it will be here before you know it. I'm not sure what's going on with the time and why it keeps going so fast. And y'all let me know while everyone is coming in. How are you adjusting to the time change? Because right now it is pitch black dark outside, and I just feel like when it's like that, I should be in the bed, but it's not. It's only 6 o'clock. So I am still adjusting to the change. So let me go ahead and put in a code over here on YouTube for everyone, and I'll tell you all about it in just a second. I had got cold and I had got hot, so y'all just give me a second to adjust, I suppose. But wait just a second because I want to put this code in for everyone in just a minute. Yes, I do love the extra hour for sure. I definitely do. But it's just so crazy that it's like dark outside. So I have to come in around 5:30. It starts getting dark about 5:45 here. And so it kind of cuts the garden short. But yeah, I did like that extra hour. Hello, Jewel. How are you? So I'm going to go ahead and get started because I definitely have to admit to y'all that my charger didn't charge as full as I wanted to on my phone. So I don't want it to go. I don't want the reception to start acting up, and then I don't want to just like it die. So if you has figured out the extra hour, so we're up early. Yes, 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 yes. I mean, I like looking outside, seeing that it's dark. I mean, seeing that it's light when I get up. That is so amazing. Because if you all don't know my story, I was commuting like an hour to an hour from work, and at least for 45, about 35 to 45 minutes, it was straight back roads. And so I'm glad I don't have to do that because this is the time where it was light when I went, but then when I got off, it was dark, and it's deer season. And so you really had to be like alert. You really did. Deer, raccoon, whatever you want to name it. So I'm so thankful that I don't have to deal with that right now. But I know you saw the title. Some changes are coming, so I want to let you all know because I'm super excited about the changes that's coming, and I hope you all will be excited as well because we're getting ready for 2022, and it is my goal. Okay, it is my goal after hearing from a lot of you who have reached out to me either on, you know, email, DM, or just reached out to me purposely. It is my goal to encourage others, to empower others, and just to um, help everyone at least try to grow something. If it's one thing, two things, a whole garden, I really want to encourage others, especially during 2022, because as if I have said before, I have showed you all and shared with you all. I'm not sure what's going on with the shelves at the grocery store, nor am I sure what's going on with the produce. So I am really, really wanting to again encourage, empower, and motivate as many people as I can, starting now, but really in 2022 to get growing. So if you have not, please think about it. Please think about something that you like and consider growing it, trying to grow it. So with that, we're going to get started with some of the changes. So, first of all, let's get all of our housekeeping out of the way. If you're not on the text message list, make sure that you text 912. This is the number, and I'm going to put this in the chat because I had to go to a, um, what is it? A code where you just can't put like a short code. Hello, Josie, how are you? You have to put the entire number. So it's 912-430-2700. So make sure you text the word "Let's Grow." Text that here. Thank you so much, Marsha. It's always good to see and hear from you. I definitely appreciate you, and you guys be safe. So I'm going to put it in the chat on Instagram and YouTube. So text the word "Let's Grow" to 912-430-2700. And I promise y'all, I am going to remember this number. Just give me a second. I know my face is like big in on Instagram or on YouTube, but I have 3 devices that we're working with right now, so I can get the word out. Text "Let's Grow." Okay. So the next thing that we want to talk about is, this is what I'm going to have to do, y'all, because I have been really working on some things that I know you all will enjoy. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull back our lives to Friday only. And the reason that I'm doing that is because I've had a lot of people who reached out to me that wanted to know more about like herb gardening, or wanted to know more about container gardening because they don't have a bunch of space. Hello, Yankee sister. How are you? How are you today on this beautiful Friday? So we've been working on a lot of content depending on what people have been requesting. And so that's why I say, if you have a request on something that you want to know about, something that you want to learn about, make sure you reach out to me. But 2 of the main things that we've been working on is like container gardening and also herb gardening. So we're going to pull back our lives to Friday at 6 still, because some days on Monday I'm still working, and some days I don't know if I'll be there like right at 12. And I'll tell y'all, when I tell you I am real big on time, like being on time, if you really want to upset me, just don't be on time, because I value my time as well as others. Like I'm just really, that's one of my things, like with time. If I'm late, it's because something seriously has happened. But I like to make sure that I stay on time and be accountable for my time, because I don't want to waste your time or my time either. So we're gonna start pushing just Friday at 6 o'clock, because that way, like today, I just had to say, hey, today's Friday and I'm logging off because this is now my time. So, but normally on Mondays, it's like hit or miss. And I don't want to have you all expecting me to show up at 12. And then some Mondays I can and some I can't, because my daughter actually asked me today, like, when are you going live again? So I said, you know what? On Friday, that's a good time. We can talk about different garden Q&As, as well as, just like different things that are going on in the garden. So that was really the big change, and the new thing that I wanted to make known, as well as we're going to create more content. We're going to create more courses. We're going to create more ebooks, handouts, freebies, because we're wanting as many people as we can for 2022 to really get growing. Like, let's push everything aside and let's start growing. And the last thing is, I want to thank everyone who ordered seeds, okay? Because I will tell you on here, the post lady was not really pleased with me when everything has been mailed off. So if you haven't received your seeds for all that order, you will be receiving them. But the post office was not happy with me, because I know I was in that line for about or at the desk for about 25-30 minutes, because I wanted her to scan each and every one of them in so that I could have a tracking number. With that said, we still have a few Roselle seeds that are left. I was really overjoyed with the amount of people that wanted to grow roselle. I really, really love growing it, and I'm so sad that the growing season is coming to an end. But I definitely will be. I don't know if I want to grow more. We went from 2 to 6, and 6 seems to be a good number that I can harvest fresh, and then I can also harvest and dry. So we had some like superstars, like 3 of them were superstars, and 3 of them did okay. So I'm going to over the fall winter break. Okay, good, Yankee sister. I'm so glad you received it, because I'm telling you, the post office lady was not happy with me. Even somebody in line was like, excuse me, what are you mailing off? And so I told her, and I told her what I did, and I told her definitely make sure that you check us out. But I was like really so grateful for every order, because I was like, this is amazing, honey. We're going to have people growing roselle and just doing so much with it. Whether you do jams, teas, jellies, make the sorrel, or however you want to use it, I think it is amazing. But the mail here, Jewel, I got a story for you on the mail. I just talked to somebody last night, and I won't even say online about the mail here, but we're going to leave it. We're going to leave it alone. But if you have not ordered it, I'm going to put it on Instagram so that you could get the 50% off. We only have a few left, and I have them right here in my living room, ready to go ahead and send off. Use the code SEEDS21, and you will get 50% off all the remaining outstanding seeds roselle that we have available. And then it's while supplies last. Hello, Devin. How are you? So glad you were able to join us as well. So let me put it in on YouTube really quick, and I'll tell y'all some of the changes that I'm going to do in just a second. So it's Seeds21. Use that code. Get 50% off all of the remaining roselle seeds. I did. I really love that, and I was so glad that I was introduced. I'm coming back, y'all. For some odd reason, my cap locks is not working. But I'm going to put it in the Instagram chat here, or YouTube. Seeds21 is the code. So you all make sure you use that so that you could get the 50% off. And while supplies last. So this is what I wanted to tell you all. Yes, the butterfly pea flower. Did you save some of the butterfly pea flowers, Yankee sister, or you just love seeing the beautiful blue flowers? Because we're saving some more of those seeds as well. We're just letting them dry on the plant. I will put something out if you want to get on the waiting list to get the butterfly pea flowers next season. I'm not sure how many we're going to have, because let me tell you, last week it rained and rained and it rained, and it was so cold. And so I know I was bad mouthing about the heat, but I was like, okay, I'm not ready for this cold like this. So it was a beautiful day today. It was about 73, but the cold took out some of the butterfly pea vines. So that's why I'm letting the seeds just kind of dry on there so I can see. But yes, definitely save those seeds. I think that it's just so beautiful to see the color for it. And this is also what I wanted to tell you all too with the changes. I really had to sit down and think about it, but I didn't want to overthink it. I really wanted to analyze my workload, because I always tell you with a garden that you don't want to overwhelm yourself with anything. You don't want to do that, because gardening is supposed to be a relaxing, a therapeutic experience that you just love and you want to keep growing. So yesterday, and we went out and I got some more tarp, okay? And the reason why I got the tarp, because over the winter, I am going to put the tarp down and I am going to expand the garden even more. Now, I'm not sure if I want to do raised beds in that area, or if I want to just go in ground. I'm really considering in ground, but now is a great time also, if you haven't got your soil tested, to go ahead and send it in and get tested. So I have a few more days that I'm really going to decide, do I want to put raised beds where I'm going to put the tarp at, because I'm going to lay the tarp down that way. Since I'm not sure what I want to plant in that area right now, if I put the tarp down, let it go ahead and kill the grass, kill all of the vegetative underneath, then I can decide next year, okay, do you want to do raised beds, or do you want to do in ground, or do you want to line it, um, line it with pots? So I'm not sure, but I'm telling y'all, I just really am not pleased with what I'm seeing at the grocery stores. So I just felt like I needed to expand for myself and for others as well. And like I tell everyone, we do raised beds, we do in ground, we do containers, but and we do, like the patio garden. But I just feel like, okay, let me try to yes, the silage chart. Let me show you exactly what I'm using. That something told me bring it in, because I just got it out of the truck, but I got them from Harbor Freight. Y'all give me like 10 seconds. Hold on. Okay, now we're hoping that we don't trip up because my shoes are not tied. So I went to Harbor Freight and I just got this. I got 2 of these for now to see how much space that is going to take up. I'm not good with measurements, y'all. I just want to tell you that. But I got this tarp, and this is good for killing the grass like during the time now, the fall and the winter, until you can decide what you want to do, what you want to put there. So that next spring, when spring comes, all of that will have, died out, and I will be ready to decide, okay, what do you want to put there? So that's why I'm doing that. I'm just going to take some bricks that we have in the back and just, put them on the tarp. That way it doesn't blow away or anything like that. But that's what we are really going to do. And the reason why I said I wanted to make this change is because, let me tell y'all, when I first started gardening here at the place that I'm at, I was seriously spending like 2 and 3 hours hand watering things. I was hand watering stuff. Did I need to pull out the weeds before? No, I'm not pulling out the weeds or anything, because this is what's going to happen, Jewel. Over these months, the grass and where you put them at, it's not going to get any light. It's not going to get any sun. It's not going to get any water. And so it's going to kill it. Because notice, and I'm good for doing this, when I put down, just say for instance, I bring in some potting soil or something, and I'm not lazy to move, but I just kind of put it on the grass, just put it anywhere. And maybe like even a few days later, when you pick it up, notice how that grass is starting to die underneath, because it's not getting the light, it's not getting the water, it's not getting anything that it needs. And so that's why I tell people, if you have time to spare, that's probably, to me, one of the easiest way to do it. Now, if you're ready to plant right now, then what you could do is, you may have to either get like a sod cutter and do it. Or if you want to, you can till it up if you have a powerful enough tiller. Now, I know when I first started making my garden beds, when we first got here, because I have a tiller, but it's on a small scale. So what I did was I went to Home Depot and I rented one of their like heavy duty tillers, and I couldn't handle that. I had to get my husband to do it. But it was a heavy duty, and it really like got down in there just to pull up that grass. So you either can get a sod cutter, or you can get like a heavy duty, just rent them. I think it was like $50 for 2 hours or something like that. So that's how I did that. But since I have time and I'm not sure exactly what I want to plant, I'm not really ready to plant now. This is just a slower process so that you don't have to do a whole bunch of work. And to be honest, Jewel, I have been watching people and studying people who take and I may try this. I think it's called Lasagna Gardening. So what they do is they take cardboard, they lay the cardboard out, and then they put like compost and soil on top, but they make it high enough to whatever they're growing that they don't even do anything underneath. And so what that will do over time is it's going to break down the soil underneath as well. And they garden or they farm that way. So I have seen that done. Lay cardboard down, put you some compost, good compost mix in there, but build it up high enough for whatever you want to grow, because you have deep rooted plants, and then you have like shallow rooted plants. So build it up high enough, and then they just plant right there. Right there. I think I saw Yankee Sisters say hold on, let's see. I do containers and raised beds because there are many boulders to pull. Yes. And that's what I'm afraid of, because we have a lot of oak trees. But I think where I'm planning to put this tarp at, it should be okay. But I did not realize how far the oak roots travel. The tree that we had cut down, like the roots are still way, way, way out. And I still have to pull like the roots from that oak tree. And then the new part where I made like the flower bed, I thought I was out far enough, but I'm still pulling up like oak roots. And let me tell you, that's a job within itself. You'll hurt yourself trying to pull those roots up. So container gardening, yes, that is great. Let's see. I have tarps. Are these special in any way? Have not heard. No, it's just the tarp that was at this was the tarp. They just had different sizes, and I'm not good with like picturing in my head. So these are the 8x11. And my husband was like, take your feet, walk out 8, and then go over 11. That's great. But I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put these down, see how much it covers, and just let that do, because that's all I want to do is just really, and you can use it for so many things. Like in this picture, it has where they're covering wood up. They're covering, it looks like a makeshift roof or something like that. But I just wanted to kill the grass. It was just the size. They had different thickness of it. This is kind of like a medium. It says medium quality thickness. So I'm like, okay, that's good enough. And what I'll do throughout the winter, the fall and the winter, is I'll check, from time to time, I'll check up under the soil or the tarps, just to make sure that they're doing it. Okay, so Yankee Sisters say the Hoover Method. Yes, the Hoover Method is where you don't do anything. You just put down the cardboard, build up with the soil, and you just plant what you're going to plant, because that cardboard is going to break down, feed the soil, and everything will just start happening over time. But I really, really feel like I need to just go a little bit more. But remember, when you're doing it, just make sure you have enough time to do it. Because as I was saying, when I first started, breaking ground and gardening, I was seriously out there for hours watering. Now that we're starting to have a lot of systems in place with the timer, with the drip irrigation, I feel like I could use that time and do other things like pull weeds. I think that's probably one of the least favorite things that I like to do is pull weeds. Y'all let me know in the comments, what is one of the least favorite things when it comes to gardening? Because this is what I tell people. Just like on your job, there are going to be some things you love to do, and there is going to be some things that you just really, really would not care to do, and that is weeds for me. Like, I know it has to be done because I don't want to have the weeds take over my garden, and then the weeds are feeding on my good nutrients that I'm putting in there. But you got to do it. Like, I was pulling weeds today, and I was like, you know what? Do you know what? If I can get somebody to just pull weeds for me, I would be okay. But that's just part of gardening. So that's one of the least favorite things, seriously, that I hate doing. Hello, Sherry. How are you? I hope your greens are being planted. Let me tell y'all, I have been telling everybody I know here, here in like the area that we're in. I'm like, I know y'all didn't planted those greens yet. I know you have. I know you planted the greens, right? Let's see what we have. I'm planning to expand my garden too because of what's happening in the grow. Exactly, Josie. That's really the main reason that I wanted to expand, because I'm just seeing that the shelves are getting more and more bare. I'm seeing that the produce is getting, um, I don't know, like, I don't know if they're waiting on a truck for a certain day, but I'm noticing that some of the produce bins are very rare. Um, so yeah, I just feel like, and let me tell y'all, this is one thing a lot of people have been asking me, and I really want to sit down and write it out. And this was a very good question. So one of the ladies asked me, "How do you know how much to plant for your family?" And that's a very good question. Like, how do you know? Now, I've been doing, y'all are going to be so proud of me. I really have been doing good on my succession planting, where I start something and then 2 to 3 weeks later I start more seeds, let them grow, and then I'm harvesting, and then I'm putting those in. But like I said, I'm going to sit down and do more in-depth thinking. But the things that I asked her to think about was, okay, just say for instance, if you, because we're growing a lot of bok choy, just say for instance, how often do you eat bok choy? Do you eat it once a week? Do you eat it every other day? And then, are you a family of two? Are you a family of five? Not only that, then think about, okay, do you want to, with whatever you're growing, do you want to can it? Do you want to freeze it for later? So you may need to grow a little bit more than what you may eat in a week or every other day. So it's not complex, but it's something to think about. And then also, like I told her, you have to think about your space. Are you going to have enough space to be able to, like, every 2 to 3 weeks, go ahead and put new plants in, and then uh, put some extra in? So it's about space. It's about the amount that your family eats, how often. Then it's also about, do you want to store some as well? And then, do you have enough space to do all of it in? I think that's one of the questions that I get asked a lot, even with things like carrots and stuff like that, or different things they want to grow. Radish is a good one that I've been succession planting over and over. I'm with you, Yankee sister. I was bad about succession planting. I'm not going to tell you a lie. Okay, I'm going to be totally transparent with y'all. I was bad about it. But what I was doing is I was planting everything at one time, and then I was harvesting everything thinking, okay, I got to hurry up and clean this. Okay, I got to freeze it. I got to blanch it. I got to do this. And so that's why I'm like, okay, unless you plan out stuff like that, it does. It takes hours to do that. I'm thinking about myself over the years with the greens. Like, I would cook some fresh, but then, okay, let me go ahead and pick it. And so when I pick it, then it's like, okay, do I want to freeze it? Do I want to can them? What do I want to do? So I'm very proud of myself this season, because I'm like, don't start all this stuff at one time like that. So I've been succession planting. I've been harvesting, we've been cooking, and then I put a new plant there in its place, and just going back and forth like that. But it's a lot of things to think about. Let's see. I have cardboard and tarp. I'll put the cardboard down. Yeah, you could do that. You could do that as well, Jewel. You could put the cardboard down, or you could put the tarp down. I mean, it's up to you on how fast do you, how fast are you needing to use that area as well. Because I think personally, either or will work. You may not even have to do both. You may can just do one, because they're serving the same purpose. Now, if you want to do, like Yankee Sister said, the Hugo culture, then just put you could do that now. Just put your cardboard down, build that soil up, depending on what you're planting, and then you could do that like that. But I'm not going to use it right now. I'm going to get started in the spring with that area that we're going to use. So that's why I said I have enough time to be able to do that with the tarp so that it could kill all of the vegetation underneath during those fall and the winter months. Um, the stores, yeah, the stores always, every year, y'all, every year they have a recall on something. What was the last recall? It's been lettuce, it's been spinach, and yeah, and that's why I say let's grow. Did you have a question? Empowerment by Latifa. I think that's a, or is that Hey? I'm not sure which one that is. But yeah, definitely. I see the stores. Not only this, y'all. Not only do I see the stores um, with everything kind of bare, but what do y'all think about these prices? What do y'all think about the prices? Tell me what you think about the prices. I told my husband, I say the prices have went up at least 25% because I am one that looks at numbers and I think about over the last couple of years what prices were and what they are now. I really feel like there has been a 25% increase in prices all across the board. All across the board. And that's why I wanted to empower, encourage, and motivate everybody to grow, because just think about if you grew one or two things that you use on a consistent basis, that is helping your household not to have to spend that at the grocery stores. Yes, thank you so much. I'm so glad to see you. It's late here. Oh yeah. Yeah, you're really late. Is it like 2 o'clock in the morning? Maybe, or later there. So thank you for stopping by, and I hope you have a great weekend as well. Yes, and like Sherry said, they're having all type of shipping issues going on because one day at the store, y'all, let me tell you, I have to entertain myself. I'm telling y'all, Southern entertaining is more than what you think. I entertain myself at the store because one day I went in the store and I said, wait a minute. Now, either people calling out or these trucks not coming in. Now, it's one of the two. People taking breaks, they're calling out, they're not coming in, or something is going on. So we're having shipping issues, we're having recall issues. And so that's why if you can grow one or two things just to supplement something that you normally buy at the grocery store. um okay, Yankee sister, I'm telling you, if people were to hear me in the store talking, because a lot of times I'll have one headphone in, listen to something on my phone, and this is no lie, it's something I picked up the other day. I said they must be out their mind. No, I'm not about to pay this. This is just crazy. This is crazy. So I know a lot of people be at the store like, what is wrong? But the prices to me have jumped up to at least 25%, because I'm not gonna say any names of the grocery stores, but maybe a year and a half ago you could probably get chicken wings for like between $8 and $11. And I think, and I took a picture and I sent it to all my family. I did. They are now like $21. I said the devil is a lie, because we're not eating chicken wings, because I am not about to pay $21. I'm not about to do this. We're not doing this. I'm like, we're not, and that's how I am in the store. We're not doing this today. I'm not paying. No, we're not eating chicken wings. We're gonna eat something else, but it's not gonna do that because I'm not paying $21 for a tray. That was crazy, and it's still between like $17 and $21, if not more. And I was like, no, we're not doing that. That's what we're not doing. Can we grow tissues and toilet tissue? Let me tell. Wait a minute though, Plaid Duck. They have a plant. They have a plant that is called. It's called, like, look it up. It's called the toilet tissue plant because it's so soft, and so people have used that for toilet tissue. Look it up. Look it up. They have a plant that's soft like toilet tissue. Lamb's ear is another one. That's not the plant that I'm talking about. This one is called like the toilet tissue plant. But they have a plant that is called that, but lamb's ear is soft like that too. Let me tell you, when all this stuff started happening, I start like strategizing on different stuff. I'm telling you, Yankee sister, I was like, yes, the devil is a lie. We're not doing this today. We are, we are not. And seriously, if you all are like me and look at the amount that you pay at the grocery store and the amount of bags that you have in your hand versus before, that's how I know something's going on. Because I can walk out of the store with 3 bags and I've paid almost like 70 something dollars. I'm like, this is ridiculous. It's crazy. It is crazy what is going on. I'm telling you. Um, let's see. Let's see here. So I'm gonna go through the question, but I'll recap some of the changes that we are having. Um, yep. Okay. Y'all, I'm telling you, I'm going to learn one day. Devin just got done canning 20 pounds of tomatoes. If that's not amazing, that is amazing. But Devin, didn't you have to like kind of plan for that and say, okay, because you have to, I'm telling you, that's why I was wanting to succession plant because you really have to like plan out everything. You know, you have to get everything sterilized and because I don't like to be running all over the place, so I like to get everything out that I'm gonna need and stuff like that. And so it takes time to plan for stuff like that. And so that's why I really kept telling myself, you need to do better with succession planning. You really, really need to do better so that you don't overwhelm yourself trying to get things done because I will. I'm telling you, I'll stay up just to make sure it's done so that I can have like closure. I'm one that I just need closure to it. So I will stay up just like I did Saturday packing those seeds, y'all. I stayed up. I know to like 2 o'clock in the morning because I'm like I'm going to get it done because Monday morning I am going to be going to the post office and I didn't want to leave any of it, like I didn't want to start and not finish. I really do like closure with a whole bunch of things. Learn on canning this winter. Jewel, you will love it whether you pressure can or whether you water bath can. I think you will love it. I started it a few years ago just by buying the basic canning book and I do love it, but like I said, you got to plan for it. But it's just so with the times now and looking at different stuff. That's one thing I said, like with my leafy greens and stuff, I'm going to try to make sure that I can things like that. And just can as much as I can. Yes. Yeah, Victory Gardens and Community Gardens are amazing, Plaid Duck. Thank you so much. But yes, and that's why we all have to come together. That's one thing. Also, if you have neighbors too, like if you don't have a lot of room and you have neighbors that want to start growing too, you can grow one thing and your neighbor can grow another thing and y'all can swap out because I'm telling you, I really feel like that's how my grandparents survived back in the day. It's just by trading, bartering, and you give me this and I'll send, I can't tell you how many times I've walked down the road to give, I think it was Miss Sally, like a bag of pecans because we had pecan trees. And so the grandkids were the ones that went out there and picked the pecans, okay? And then we went down and gave them to people and then we exchanged or they exchanged and I would bring it back to my grandmother like that. I wish we could get back to those times. I really do. Um, let's see. Yes. Oh, how was canning chicken, Yankee sister? Now I have not tried canning meat yet, so you gotta let us know how was that. Like, was it intimidating to you? Because I'm telling you, sometimes I have to get off social media because when they say if you don't do it right and if you don't get it right and if it ain't long enough, you don't. I'm like, now look, I don't want to be killing nobody, getting nobody sick here. So meat is something that I do want to try. So you gotta let us know, Yankee sister, how was the meat? Like, was it intimidating to do? Because that's one thing I do want to do. Why do I blanch? Why do you blanch? Is it important to do? I blanch things like my Josie, like my okra. So I'll blanch those and then shock them in cold water, like when I want to freeze them. So I will blanch those, and I will blanch my peas, like we did when we did the purple hull peas and the cow peas. So when I want to freeze them like that, I will blanch them, because it's not like partially cooking them, but I say about 5 or 6 minutes. I'll blanch them in that, and then I'll shock them to stop the cooking process, and then I'll freeze them like that. I'm not sure what other vegetables people do, but I mainly do that for my okra, and I do that for my peas as well, because I freeze those. Hello, New Art Gardener. How are you? Keep the meat. Okay. Yeah, I do. I want to know. I'm telling you, if I had known these meat prices was gonna go up, I would have start canning the meat. Seriously. See, it's like serious. If I had known the prices was going up like this, but I hear so many people say, like, don't be intimidated. And I've looked at the YouTube videos, Miss Cheryl and the lady in Warner Robins. Oh, she's like Homestead Heart. I've looked at them, and they make it look so easy. And I'm gonna do it one day, y'all. I'm telling you, I'm gonna do it. In order to overcome your fears, you just got to do it. You just got to do it, and that is up next. That's up next on my list, is to be able to do that. The broccoli in my store has been, yeah, it's like they're raising, to be honest, Josie, they're raising prices like right in our face, you know. And it's so funny, because I remember as a child going to the store with my grandmother, and she's like, these prices going up. But see, I didn't work back then, okay? I wasn't buying groceries. So I was like, they look the same to me. But what I was basing it on is it looked like the same package to me, the same size. So I'm not sure. It didn't look like the price go up to me. But when you have to buy this stuff with your hard-earned money, oh yeah, you see when those prices are going up right in front of your face like that. And I mean, they have really jacked these prices up. I've always been like a list maker when I go to the store, seriously, and it's just like, I ain't getting this today. That's too much. Now I don't know why I do that, because it's not like they're gonna lower the price, but I'm like, no, I'm not doing it today. I wish they still had candid camera, because my expressions when I see the prices are crazy. Yes. Yeah, I wish they had a camera too. They used to have stuff like that when people be doing stuff in the store and don't know. I know they can get me real good. They went over $3 for a can of pumpkin. Ridiculous. Yes. Yes. Okay, so Jules said the woolly lamb's ear is good with the like the toilet tissue. Yeah, I'm telling you, sometimes we have to think about it. Hello, UT 33200. How are you and the family? How are you? Right, Joe? I'm telling you, we have to start. For me, sometimes canning will be stretched out for 2 days. Prep the food, then can. Yes, Yankee sister, it is. You do have to plan out for it, because when you do it, you just want to get it all done, and like I said, closure. So I'm with you, Yankee sister, on that one. But it's so rewarding when you do it. It's very rewarding, and you'll be glad, like when you can, and you can go back on these things, you will be glad that you did it. Seriously. And let me tell you, I'm not gonna start y'all, but this is what I gotta tell you. Let me see what Sherry says. Not even selling fried chicken wings. Yeah, I'm telling you, because it's too much. They're too much. But let me tell you one thing that I've told my kids, because I think we have just gotten into a society where everything is convenient. But I even tell my kids right now, you still need to know how to do the basic things. For example, you still need to know how to grow. And that's why I tell people, I'm not saying that you have to become a farmer. I'm not saying, but you need to know the basics with a lot of things. You need to know how to do. And I know even me as a child, I would think watching my parents and my grandparents, oh, this old, oh God, I'm gonna tell you, I'll be like, yeah, this old folks stuff. But see, when you get older, you understand the things that they were teaching you and why you got to go back to the basics. Because I know my kids, they always want to do stuff so fast, 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 fast. Sometimes you got to slow down and you got to go back to the basics. And then, even if you don't want to stay at the basics, you still need to know how to do certain skills. That's just something I've always said is you need to know how to do certain things. And I do think that growing is one. Canning is so good to be able to know how to do because you never know. I even tell them dehydrate stuff if you need to. We've been dehydrating peppers, but I see a lot of people now dehydrating a lot of foods, but you need to know just because I went to the girls club, y'all. Okay, so we learned like the basic things. Like one of my favorite things next to gardening, and I haven't done it in a while. Normally I'll do it during the holidays, is sewing. I used to make like my kids clothes. I'll make them like pajama sets and stuff like that. So I love to sew. Now I haven't pulled that sewing machine out in some months, but even like with my grandkids, I would make like their bedroom set, with the crib, the bumper, all of that. But I got to get back into that. Now that I'm saying that, I really need to pull out my sewing machine because the holidays are coming. Because everybody used to get a pair of, pajama pants. That's what you got. That's what you got for Christmas. Some nice pajama pants with a personalized shirt. That's what you were getting. But it's just like basic skills that I'm so thankful for. But just by going to like the girls club, that they taught us how to do. Even when we would go like camping and stuff, just basic skills I feel like everyone needs to know. And a lot of those skills I may not use, but it's just like riding a bike. If you have to do it again, it will all come back to you. I'm just getting started, and it could be discouraging as time, especially with not having parents that taught me, unfortunately. And that's what we are here for. I'm telling you, we are here to help you do that. But don't get discouraged, because if y'all know anything about me, like I think a lot of the discouragement comes from when you're excited to start growing and you see these beautiful plants, and then you get them back home and then they don't do what you want them to do. And I'm telling y'all, trust me when I tell you, it's still plants that just don't, there, it's not compatible for us. Because I'm going to tell y'all what I said about this pineapple sage today. I told the pineapple sage, I said, you are so needy. I said, I got to water you every day. I'm like, you are just so needy. And you'll find that about different plants as you continue to grow. But what I want to say to you is just keep going and just start with one thing. Learn that. Start with something that you like. Whether it be a herb, a flower, or a vegetable, start with what you like. Figure out what the plant likes. Does it like a lot of sun? Does it like to be bothered? Does it need to be watered all the time? Because I'm telling y'all, that pineapple sage is so beautiful with those red blooms. But I'm like, look at here now. Everybody else doing good, and you just keep needing all this attention. And I don't know if you're going to be okay here. That's what I told the plant. I don't know. And I talk to my plants too. I do. I talk to my plants all the time. Yes, Yolanda 8108. I absolutely love sewing. Like, that was one of the skills. And I'll tell y'all, at the girls club, her name was Miss Foster. And she was a German lady, but she took me up under her wings, and she would work with me. Like, we would have different classes to go to. We would have like arts and crafts and cooking classes and all of this. But when I was supposed to be in another class, she took me up under her wings. I guess she saw something in me, and she would help me to make like clothes when I was in the 4th grade. I'll never forget, that was like the most money I had for a 4th grader, where we entered like my jumper. I still got it in the back of my closet to this day. But she helped me and like took me up under her wing, like how to hand hem, like, and we did all of this by hand. That was before the sewing machine. And I remember when in first place $25 for that jumper, and that's something that just kind of stuck with me, just sewing. And then once my husband and I were married and I couldn't get a job in Germany, one of the things that I asked for was a sewing machine. So I went to the PX and we got a sewing machine. And I just took what Miss Foster gave me and just like, I'm always reading stuff, always. And back then it really wasn't the internet. So I will always be reading different books about different hems and stuff like that until I got good at it. Then I got a serger so that I can have like the clean hem, the clean inseams and stuff like that. And so that's a skill that I will forever be grateful for. And that's why I say don't get discouraged either, because of the fact that like I took what I saw my grandmother doing. I didn't really understand it when I was little, but I took that and I just started reading and learning different things about the plants until, I just kept on and kept on. But the good thing about now is it's so much, not saying that all the information we find on the internet is correct, but it's a starting point, and it's much better than like when I was just trying to figure things out, being like a military spouse, just trying to keep busy. So and I would just go to the library all the time and just check out books and read and just try to expand my knowledge on it until things will start to click to you. But just don't get discouraged. I'm gonna take my time and and I'm telling you, once you figure that one plant out, then go ahead and expand to your next plant. Get that going, because I'm telling you, once you figure it out, it's really addictive. That, and not only because of the grocery store prices, but also because of I keep ordering seeds, and I'm like, girl, where you gonna put this stuff at? Where are you? I am like at night just ordering, putting stuff in my shopping cart. Now sometimes I order it, sometimes I don't. But I'm like, girl, if you do not stop ordering these seeds, where are you gonna grow all of this stuff? That is exactly what I keep telling myself, but I don't know. I don't know what to tell y'all about the seed buying. That's just something, some people have things that they love to buy. I like to try new varieties of seeds and see. And let me tell y'all another thing. What I'm doing right now is I am analyzing the things that I grew in the garden this year and saying, I don't want to grow that no more. That didn't taste good, because it was one of the peppers that we grew. Very beautiful pepper, but I don't think the taste was pungent enough for me. It was a type of bell pepper. And so I really take these things in mind. That's why I tell y'all, keep a garden journal, so that way you'll know the variety and you will know what did good, but you'll also know about the taste, because when you start growing different things, then you will start to realize, I don't like that. That wasn't good. It didn't have a good taste to it, or it was too hard to grow, or I didn't like the taste of that. So I know that particular pepper, it was like a thin skinned pepper. It tastes fresh, but it just doesn't have like the bell pepper flavor that I'm used to. So I'm like, I'm not going to be growing that one again. So also write down that. Okay, so Yankee Sister went through, so she watched Homestead Heart 2 with the chicken breast. Okay, until I was comfortable. Yes. Okay, so I definitely got to do that, because I want to be able to can the meats as well. They don't always change the price. They make the product smaller. Okay. Yes, they will cut that size down and keep the price. They think people like us don't notice that, but I notice everything. That's why I notice. I see what y'all doing, so that's why I'm finna go grow me some more. I froze most of my harvest, blanch, cord, and froze them. I'm in 4B, so some stuff I can't really succession plate. Yeah, not enough time. Nice that way. So busy in summer and too hot to can anyway. Yeah, Devin, you're in 4B. I tell you. What's the weather like up there? I'm telling y'all, you would have thought I had my hat on, not this hat, but I'm talking about like the my aunt calls it a toe bob. I know that's not what it is, but you know the hats, the warm hats over my ears. Last week it rained and it was cold, and I had my hat on in the house. Honey, you would have thought I was in an igloo or something. And I had this on right here. I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for this. I'm going to work on canning my grand's pumpkins for Halloween. Oh, that will be nice. They will love that. I dehydrate sardines and grind into a powder like banana peels for my plants. That's awesome. That's a great idea. Don't know if they still have home economics. Yep, I took home economics in high school as well. Home economics was good. I love sewing. I'm working on a fox leather jacket at the moment. Yes, sewing was like gardening to me. It was really therapeutic. Except for when I had to take that seam ripper when I messed up and take them take them seams out, then I get pissed off at myself. But other than that, I'm like, dang it, I messed up. But I love it, and I really, really I was talking to a friend today because I was like, yeah, everybody normally gets uh personalized pajamas. And I say, you know what? Because I still got lots of fabric left. I said, I need to take them out and pull out my pants pattern and get to cutting it. But it's kind of, with sewing, it's kind of like Yankee Sister said with canning. Like I have to plan, okay, I'm going to cut the fabric out and pin it this day. And then maybe tomorrow I'm going to go ahead and sew it, press my seams out. So yeah, that's something that I have to plan to keep on track. Let you know how old I am. My first sewing project was a gingham apron. I bet it was so beautiful. Turn your waiting room into a classroom. Yes, seats are great for bartering. Okay, Devin, I'm trying to tell you. I just always have been like that with the seats. And so when I went down there, because I told my mom when I went down to Columbus not too long ago, I was telling her, hey, these marigolds you got here, now let me show you how to save these seeds so you can stop buying them every year. So I was telling her, you better, hey, pull these marigold seeds out when they dry, and you better put them up somewhere, and then next year just sprinkle them down. So yeah, I have always just loved buying different seeds and trying new stuff, and I think it's the pictures that get me every single time that I am online when they look so pretty. And so I gotta stop that skull cap. Yeah, that's what it is, Jewel. My aunt calls it a toe bob. Don't ask me why, but yeah, skull cap. I had my skull cap on last weekend because I was like, look at here, it's cold. It is so cold, and it was raining. um I'm getting an arrow garden for my birthday this month. Happy birthday. That's amazing. I already bought the seeds on Amazon. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. The arrow garden is great. And let me tell you what else you could do with the arrow garden, Jewel, is you can start seeds in there. So depending on your growing zone, what I used to do, they had like a styrofoam insert that was for seed starting. So I will also start seeds in there, and then you get like a jump start on it because you can start several in there. And so when it's time, you could plant them out as well. 36, 36 today, and snowing on and off. 2 to 4 inches of snow. Oh, you said the S word, the snow. Oh, gosh. Oh, 36. Yeah. I think the low next week, because I always look at our weather for like the next 7 days. That'll help me know what I need to do. But I think the low next week, now I'm talking about the lows, are gonna get like 36. And so I was just like, whoo, okay. Let me see. let me see what I'm gonna do. But all we got just about all of our onions planted. Let me tell you what I did. I gotta tell y'all. I went to the feed and seed store down the street, and me and this lady, when I tell y'all, we had the best conversation on my lunch break. Now I spent my whole lunch break talking to her, but it was one of the best conversations that we had because she was telling me about all of the things that she did in her country, like high cholesterol, blood sugar, and stuff like that. For example, I'll give you an example. She said that they use the soursop leaves, cut them up, and make like a tea with them, and drink like the soursop. And then she was telling me about her chickens, y'all. When I tell you, we were just, I said, now see, I'm sitting up here like I ain't gotta go back to work. And I didn't want to cut her off because it just was such a good conversation. You could tell I haven't gotten out in a while, but it was really good to just talk to somebody about plants that really had an interest in plants. So that was really fun. Talking to her, and she was telling me about the lemon and another plant that they had, and I was like, now wait a minute. She said it was a La Cucaracha plant, and I said, now wait a minute. Now I took Spanish before, and I thought La Cucaracha meant roach. Now that's what I said in my head. So I pulled out my phone and looked it up, and it is indeed a plant called La Cucaracha. I said, oh, okay. And I showed it to her, and she said, yes, that was it. I said, see, you learn something new every day, and that's what it's all about. I'm trying to be prepared for anything, if nothing else. Yes, Devin. You know what? But I'm gonna tell you this, Devin. Me too. But when I was looking on some of these, I feel like I still got a long way to go. Like I told my husband, I said we need to at least get a bundle of wood. Like I'm like a checklist, and I'm like you, like I'm prepping. I'm just trying to stay ready. But I say, we need to get some wood on my list, and just different things like that. I know Snow. Yeah, Snow. She said the S word. I have saved all my marigold seeds and have way too much. It's best to have way too much because then you can share. But I don't think you can ever have enough marigold seeds. They're so pretty and they're so beneficial right now. But I keep saving them. That's okay. Keep saving them. You keep seeds. I can't give them away. Keep saying, try growing some, and then once they start, say here you some marigolds, and give it to them like that. Cilantro, yes, the cilantro loves the cool weather. We got, is it 3, maybe 5 or 6 growing, and I can't wait till they get bigger. But the cilantro definitely loves the cooler weather. Can I just cut up my bell peppers, place them inside a freezer bag, and just put it in the freezer? Yes, Yolanda, I do that as well. I will cut them bad boys up and put them in a freezer bag and label them. And when you need them, you just pull them out. Now I do that as well. I definitely will save it. I'm trying to think because I think I freeze more things than I can, but I definitely want to try and get into canning a little bit more. So I see my battery going low, y'all, on my phone. So I'm going to wrap it up. I do appreciate you all for taking the time out of your day. So I'll recap what's changing. So again, make sure you text the word Let's Grow to 912-430-2700. And then we are going to expand our garden and try to grow more for next season. We are also going to start having our lives only on Friday because on Mondays, some days I don't know if I'll be able to take my lunch break. And then also we're working on a whole bunch of things, including people have asked me about container gardening. People have asked me about herb gardening. So we want to make content for that. If you have not ordered your Roselle seeds, we still have a few packets left. You can get them at 50% off using the code SEEDS21, SEEDS 21, and that's good until everything is gone. And then we'll have some more things that are going to come out that I think you all are going to like for 2022, because I just sat down the other day and I'm like, if as many people as I can impact to start growing something, empower, encourage, motivate, just to start growing, I think that that really is what makes me happy. Is just getting email messages and text messages and DMs from people saying, look at what I grew, look at what I did. And I don't know if Sherry was on is still on Instagram, but she was one that I was so proud of this season. And I mean, she sent me pictures and it was amazing. And she said that she never grew before, but you couldn't tell by the peppers that she was sending and by the okra that she was sending. And as we were discussing throughout the chat, I think now is the best time more than ever. If you start to look around at the grocery store, start to look around at the produce, start to look around and notice that a lot of things are empty. Gardening is a skill that we definitely need to know how to do, because you just never know. And I read some stuff this morning and I was like, you know what? I don't know. I just don't know, y'all. I just don't know. Sometimes I have to. I told my husband yesterday I'm going to start giving myself like a window to go on social media, and then I'm gonna have to leave it alone, because sometimes when I look at some of the things, I just get so just discouraged and upset, and I'm like, this don't make no sense. But like I told somebody, I know somebody who sit high and look low, so we'll just leave it at that. I wasn't going to winter garden, but I have turned my deck. Yes, Yankee sister. Yeah, you got to do it. Turn that deck into your garden. Turn it into, yes, you have to. Thanks so much, UT 33200, for hanging out with us today. Thanks, Angela, for stopping by. Yes, we're going to leave the replay up. You all be safe this weekend. If you're in the northern zone, stay warm, and be careful as well. I hydro garden with glass jars, cheaper and works the same. That is a great way to garden too. And let me tell y'all, don't dismiss. Try you some microgreens, or try you some sprouts inside. Like if you can't get out right now, I love growing microgreens. I love growing the sprouts because it only takes about approximately 5 to 7 days, and you can have something to toss on your salad. Y'all know I love growing lettuce. Don't let fear overtake you. Keep looking up. That's right. Say so. Okay, that is right. I absolutely believe that. For sure, for sure. But yeah, inside, try growing microgreens, try growing sprouts, and Yolanda 8108 hydro garden with glass jars. That is amazing. As long as we all are growing, we are going to be okay. So I'll leave this replay up, you guys. Thank you so much for your time, and I'm going to try to get my video up Sunday. I'll try to get a video up Sunday because we want to get back into the habit of getting our videos up on Sunday and Wednesday as well, just so we can continue to encourage. So if y'all know someone, make sure you like and share this information. Hit the thumbs up, but share it with them. That's what we're here to do, is to help you grow. So you all take care, and we'll talk again soon. Bye, y'all.